Nami Hari. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
चैतन्य
Hare.
प्रभु
Krishna
नित्यानंद
Krishna
श्री
Krishna Krishna
अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण everyone. So today is 16th of December, Saturday. It is Keshava Masa or Margashisha Masa, Sukla Paksham, Chaviti Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events today in the calendar. We shall quickly enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami is narrating to Savanakadi sages that how Shringi was cursing and offensively cursing Parikshit Maharaj, because so this Shringi, the Brahmana boy, he was also a bit upset by hearing the news that his father was treated with a snake on his neck. So he was, yesterday we have seen, he was cursing in the sense, so he was rebuking Parikshit and comparing the king with a dog which is standing outside of the door. And how come a dog can come and sit with the master and eat the same food on the same plate? ब्राह्मणैः क्षत्र बन्धुरिः गृहपालो निरूपितः सकतं तद्गृहे द्वास्तः सभाण्डं भोक्तुमर्हति. And the same place, Sabhandam Bhoktumarhati. How can, on what basis, Nakatum Tadgruhe, and on what ground there the king can try to come and sit with the master and eat in the same plate? So, Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, they are in different levels. So, Kshatriyas are like a watchdogs in front of the Brahmanas' homes. Likewise, Shringi was offensively speaking, but he did not assess it. So he was Bhalak Adbhakaihi. So he was in association with the Adbhakas, foolish children, without assessing the situation. So now today further, Shringi, he is saying and what he is going to do. So he says that, so Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, once he departed to his abode from the eyes of naked eyes, from the material eyes, from the vision of material eyes, and he used to punish all the miscreants. Now, Lord is no more. So today, I will take that position. I will take that position and I will punish. Look at my power. Likewise, Shringi started speaking. Look at my power. I am going to punish. So he wanted to occupy the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we are in the first canto, chapter 18, verse number 35. कृष्णे गते भगवति शास्त्री उत्पदगामिनं तद्भिन्नसेतून् अद्य अहं स्यास्मि पश्यत मे बलम्. कृष्णे गते भगवति. Krishna, so he has departed from this material world. Shastari Utpatagaminam. He was the Shastari, he is the supreme ruler. Shastari Utpadagaminam, of those who are upstarts, whoever is disturbing the society. So for them, he used to punish. Krishne Gate Bhagavati Shastari Utpatagaminam. Tadbhinna, Now the Lord has departed. Now we are separated. So tad bhinna, being separated, setun, from the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now we are just like a anathas. So we do not have any protector. So this Shringi is saying like that. Adjaham syasmi. So today I will syasmi, I will punish. Today I will punish myself. I take that position and I punish. Pasyate me balam. Look at my power. Likewise, Shringi is saying, Tad bhinna setun adya aham syasmi pasyate me balam. See, this is also puffed up with the Brahmanical power. Pasyate me balam. If anyone is praising oneself, he is killing himself. So Krishna says to Arjuna in the middle of the Kurukshetra battle, when there is a little conflict and a discussion going on between Arjuna, Yudhishthira, and Krishna. So when Arjuna wanted to kill himself because he used some kind of words towards Yudhishthira which he should not, then Krishna says, you praise yourself. Then praising oneself means killing oneself. So here, this Brahmana boy, Pasyate me balam, look at my power. So he is trying to show that Aham Syasmi, I will punish. So what is the position of a Brahmana boy without knowing anything else, without assessing the situation, and without knowing the opposite person, the king, who is the pure devotee of the Krishna, and he has been ruling the kingdom very properly and punishing Kali and then keeping the entire country very properly managing so that everyone got an opportunity. Even this Brahmana boy also got that power due to the proper training under his father. So everything is coming from the rulers, the proper rulers. So now he wanted to take that position. Krishne gate bhagavati shastri utpatagamina tad bhinna setun adjaham syasmi pasyate me balam. So translation for this verse. After the departure of Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, the supreme ruler of everyone, these upstarts have flourished. Our protector being gone, therefore, I myself take up this matter and punish them. Just witness my power. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The inexperienced Brahmana, puffed up by a little Brahmana Tejas, became influenced by the spell of Kali Yuga. Maharaja Parikshit gave license to Kali to live in 4 places, as mentioned herein before. But by his expert government, the personality of Kali could hardly find the places allotted him. The personality of Kali Yuga, therefore, was seeking the opportunity to establish authority. And by the grace of the Lord, he found a hole in the puffed up, inexperienced son of a Brahmana. The little Brahmana wanted to show his prowess in destruction. And he had the audacity to punish such a great king as Maharaja Parikshit. He wanted to take the place of Lord Krishna after his departure. These are the principal signs of upstarts who want to take the place of Shri Krishna under the influence of the age of Kali. An upstart with a little power wants to become an incarnation of the Lord. There are many false incarnations after the departure of Lord Krishna from the face of the globe, and they are misleading the innocent public. By accepting the spiritual obedience of the general mass of people to maintain false prestige, in other words, the personality of Kali got the opportunity to reign through this son of a Brahmana, Shringi. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This is very beautifully explained Prabhupada also here in this Kali Yuga. It is it is allotted 5 places. Actually, this is intoxication, gambling, illicit association, and the slaughtering of the animals, and also the gold. This is Panchaitani Amuni. So this is 5 places are given to Kali Purusha. So one should not be attached to these things, who are well-wisher of all the living entities, especially Brahmanas and Gurus and the kings. But here, Kali Purusha is looking for an opportunity to how to flourish. So he found a hole in the puffed up Brahmana, inexperienced son of a Brahmana. So here, once again, if we see the reflection, what is the reflection here in our life? We are also performing some kind of austerity somewhere or other, and due to this austerity, some devotees also may get some kind of uh, the power, walk power, that is the speaking. As soon as when they identify something is happening due to their words or something, they may misuse it. When they misuse, immediately Kali will come and attack. So that is also we need to understand. So we need to be very careful at every point of time. So we should not give any lenience. We need to be humble all the time, and then keep chanting, and then continue and progressing in the devotional service. Never give lenience to any puffed up, any siddhis at all. So Kali would always find this loophole even in everyone's life, not only the Brahma, everyone's life. So the little Brahmana wanted to show his prowess in destruction, and he had the audacity to punish such a great king as Maharaja Parikshit. So yeah, and he is trying to occupy that position. So see, Prabhupada is mentioning an upstart with a little power wants to become an incarnation of the Lord. An incarnation of the Lord. There are many false incarnations after the departure of Lord Krishna from the face of the globe. They are misleading the innocent public by accepting the spiritual obedience of the general mass of people to maintain false prestige. So there are so many people are being cheated. So with that, saying that I am the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, like that. So many incarnations. It is misleading. People are just blindly following them. Prabhupada says that what we need is everyone who are well equipped with Krishna consciousness go and inject this knowledge to each and everyone. Kara para upakara. And this is one has to elevate himself and also help others, giving Krishna consciousness. That is very, very important. Otherwise, so here from the Shasmi Pasyate Me Bhalam, what is the use of Pasyate Me Bhalam? One should not use any power for his own show off. Either we show or we don't show, our time is already waiting. Our lifespan cannot increase even a single second. So everyone are in the mouth of the time serpent that will swallow on one day completely. So likewise, Shringi is saying, and Prabhupada is very beautifully explaining about the false incarnations in this age of Kali. And Kali got the opportunity to reign through this son of a Brahmana, Shringi. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna gate Bhagavati Shastri Utpatagamina Tadbhinna Setun Adya Aham Shasmi Pasyate Me Balam. He wanted to show his power. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly enter into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is a letter to Balimardan, November 16, 1969, 7 Bury Place, London, England. Can I request any devotees to read this letter? It is not too big.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, you can read. Thank you.
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Balimaradhan, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge the receipt of your letter dated November 11, 1969, and I take it as a practical proposal to open our Sankirtan movement activities in Tokyo. Actually, the mission of our representative who were sent to Japan was for opening a branch in Tokyo, but at that time you could not find out suitable place to stay in Tokyo. Now at the present moment, if it is possible to open our branch in Tokyo, it is very welcome. My Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja was always enthusiastic in opening the center in busy cities. Our centers are not practically scheduled ashrams for so-called peaceful meditation. We are for activities and fighting like the Battle of Kurukshetra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is to awaken the sleeping humanity under the spell of Maya. He says, my dear human beings, please get up from this slumber and make the best use of the opportunity of your human life. We have come in this material world, in this human form of life, not to enjoy deep sleep in the form of false activities of political, social, industrial, and similar business, which will be finished like a dream at night. All these things are actually the mire of daydreams. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that he has brought this Hare Krishna Mahamantra for dispelling the spell of Maya. Everyone should take up this opportunity and be benedicted. So, not only in Tokyo, in all parts of the world, we must have our centers in the most busy quarters. So, I take your proposal as God sent, and if it is possible to open a center in the busy section of Tokyo, that is very nice. Our London center at Sevenbury Place is very nice because although we do not hold very many meetings in the temple, they are going out with the Sankirtana party twice, thrice a day and coming back quickly with some sort of reward from Krishna. Tamala Krishna is now staying here and everything is going nicely. Yesterday, they have purchased a 15-seat van, so they have the opportunity to go anywhere. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra record has created some field of our activities both in Europe and America, and they are getting invitations from various quarters. I have received report today from Montreal that in Central American states, they have become interested to know what is the religious organization behind this mantra. I have already replied your last letter, stating therein that we have no objection to increase the size of the book to 7 inches into 10 inches. So you take quotation of the book. Teaching of Lord Chaitanya style, both we layout and without layout, 400 pages including 50 color pictures. Please offer my blessings to Sudama and Chintamoni. I hope this will meet all of you in good health. Your ever well-wisher is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this?
Yes, Prabhuji, here Srila Prabhupada is giving few instructions and he is very happy with the proposal of opening a Sankirtana movement activity in Tokyo, and he's expressing that his Guru Maharaj was always desiring to have centers in a busy cities so that they can attract more people and they can, the Hare Krishna movement can spread, very easily where we find more people. And also he's giving an example that these centers are not for actually meditations. We have to work hard. He's giving an example of a Kurukshetra battle, how they were busy fighting for dharma, So similarly, this Sankirtana moment and this one's Sankirtana moment should be mainly meant for spreading the Krishna conscious moment, and is giving an example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he was saying that our human life is not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always used to say human life is not meant for sleeping, and we have to make use of it. And it's very rare, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita as well. Human life is we come in human form of life after millions and millions of species we go through. We transmigrate from one body to another. So human form is the only way we can go back, use our consciousness well, chant Hare Krishna mantra and go back to Godhead. And also he's talking about the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and its significance. It can, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, even Maya cannot touch. Like we can give best example, Haridas Thakur. Even the Maya Devi and the prostitute couldn't do anything for him, and instead the prostitute completely changed and she accepted Krishna consciousness. And regarding the book, he's trying to explain the size of the book, which shouldn't be so big. And so we can see Srila Prabhupada is so particular and specific in each and everything. So that's it, Prabhuji. I think I can say only this much. Yeah, anybody can share anything else. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So beautifully summarized. Any other points, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna. To add to Mataji's wonderful summary, it's about the books, how it's important to, Prabhupada is saying, to take some quotation, but at the same time, don't forget to make it larger, the books, and also to include pictures. I think it was 500 pictures in the 50 color pictures in the 400 pages. Yeah. So, and he wants it to be arranged for it to be distributed as soon as possible. And he said about that is connected with Mahaprabhu's style, about the layout, make sure pictures are included. And the power of Maha Mantra. And this is what we are trying to reach out to the people in the city. The people are more disturbed than the people in the remote areas. So that's why he stressed that it's so important that we follow Mahaprabhu's recommendation to target the cities. Yeah. And his proposal was a God-sent one. So he's saying that he welcomed the proposal because that's something that's tried before, but it never been successful. So he's saying it's ripe time to propagate this movement, and he's really pleased about it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. That is spreading Krishna consciousness, and all the devotees of Krishna, they're just like warriors in the Kurukshetra battle, fighting with Maya. So we're all Prabhupada's warriors. We need to take it. So dharma is always at our side, and we just need to, as like Krishna says to Arjuna, we just fight and enjoy the results. I have already arranged it beforehand.
Yes, that's right. Fight for your rights, because it's justice, isn't it? Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other points, dear devotees?
It's also because it's a book marathon this month. It's actually a good sign of saying, really, we need to be out there and spread the word, not to hide indoors and think you're doing other service. That is it. This is the main service.
Yes, Mataji. So Prabhupada mentions we need to drop this. And the World War II, people, they were dropping bombs on the people going on the airplanes. Likewise, we need to drop all these books to everyone, all the conditioned souls, to wake them up from this deep slumber. So the book distribution is very important, core part of our Hare Krishna movement. That is my takeaway. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Oh, can I just ask something about the text that we read? What's the difference between a Brahmana and a Kshatriya? Are they equal level?
So Brahmana is he is the face of the Lord. So Brahma has created Brahmanas. Brahma Asurjat Swamukato Yushmat Atma Parichaya. In order to expand Brahma himself, he has created Brahmanas through Chandomaya Tapo Vidya and giving all kinds of these things. In order to protect the Brahmanas, Tatranaya, to protect all these Brahmanas, he created Dho Sahasratta Sahasrapat. From his shoulders, he has created this Kshatriyas. That's why Hridayam tasya Brahma Kshatramangam Prachakshate. So that's why Brahmanas are his heart and Kshatriyas are his shoulders to protect the Brahmanas. So that is their position. Brahmanas are in the top, Kshatriyas are in the second in the rank. When there is cooperation, the Lord will protect everyone. And here Shringi, he wanted to take that position. But there should not be any discrimination in terms of the spirituality. But Shringi, he was discriminating there.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yeah, because Shringi was as a little boy and he has no spiritual vision, proper spiritual vision. He knows that power, Brahman has power. And that he want to take a position of Lord Krishna because Lord Krishna came to show about Krishna, about the religious, about the dharma. Should have right way, right was the right time. But Sringi was not matured enough. That's why he has a Brahman. It's okay, but he has a Dijabandhu because at that time he has no efficient power to apply where he has to apply his knowledge. So even although his father was not happy for activities of Sringi. So that is, we have to understand that is a Brahman and Kshatriya. Previous time is king was considered as a Rajarshi because king was they are as a Kshatriya, but they always guided by Brahmana because when they are guided by spiritual vision, then they are ruling also very nice. And inside his territory or inside his country, people are feeling well to practice their spiritual knowledge. That is the purpose of human life. We have to understand the king has to protect us so that people or the citizen can do their spiritual life. But nowadays it's opposite. Only they are enjoying for sense gratification, nothing else. And even as a Prabhupada, this later it was mentioned because this now the human life is not only social life or political life because nowadays people are busy for politics and social life and so-called some illusion, because at that time Prabhupada didn't know television channel was not a large number at that time, but he should include that part also, because nowadays people are busy with the social life, social program, even also virtual social event. So that is also people are spending their time. So we don't know how to utilize our time. That is the important of the Brahman has to give this knowledge, because this knowledge is coming from Brahmana, and Kshatriya should listen from Brahmana. That is the divine caste classification. Caste classification is not as a bad, because everyone has to cooperate each other. This is a different part of the body. Everything is very useful, but it has to be cooperated each other. That is the divine power in center of Lord Krishna. That is the main thing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It's a very beautiful explanation of it. Kshatriyas and Brahmins. So there should always be cooperation. Although we are anyonyam, they need to be cooperating each other. Then Lord will be Ato Hyanyonyam Atmanam Brahma Kshatram Charakshataha Rakshatisma Avyodeha Sayad Sad Asad Atmakaha. The Lord is everyone, everywhere. He would protect all these Brahmanas and Kshatriyas and also the state. Okay, so that is very beautiful points, Prabhuji. Thank you. And from the announcements point of view, so today after this session, after these announcements, we continue with Bhagavatam. Today afternoon we have got Krishna Club for Children's, and today evening our regular Sangha at 7 p.m. with Krishna Kestas Prabhuji. So the topic would be on the holy names. So that is the topic. I don't have any further updates. And dear devotees, if you got any updates, so kindly share. Otherwise, we shall move to the next part of our program.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Like, tomorrow, like book distribution after, like, prasadam, come to my home. So please, everybody come and join. And then, Hello? Yeah, I understand. Okay, sorry, you here.
Yes, Mother, go on, Mother.
Okay. Yeah, so please, everybody join and come prasadam at my home after book distribution. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji. So, dear devotees, kindly accept prasadam going to and Meena Mataji's home after the book distribution.
If it's good that I know the number, like how many devotee comes, that will be happy. So
yeah, kindly let Mataji know beforehand so that Mataji to prepare prasadam and all those things.
Are you going to be there, Mataji?
yes, I will make some before, like joining 11 o'clock. I think 10:30, 11, so I can make home before that, and then join and then come back our home. Everybody prasadam, because there is
Because I thought you weren't going to be there.
No, I'll be there.
Okay, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so thank you so much. Anything else? Okay, so in that case, we shall conclude and continue with further Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, in the verse number, I think it is. Okay, so we have completed until 27 verses. So here Brahma is asking the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Oh my dear Lord, so please tell me how you expand yourself into this cosmic manifestation with your energies and how they work. Please kindly explain all this to me. See, he was saying, Tatapi nata manasya nata natayanaditam paravari yatarupe janiyam te turupinaha. So, how you enter into this cosmic manifestation and who with your beautiful divine forms with the Kalavataras, Swamshas, Gunavataras, like so many expansions. Please tell me all of those things to me. Yata Atma Maya Yoghena Nana Sekti Upabrumbhitam Vilumpan Visirjan Gruhnan Bibrad Atmanam Atmana Bibran. So he was saying how you by yourself manifest different energies for annihilation, generation, acceptance, and maintenance by combination and permutations. Likewise, Brahma is asking the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So further, he is also raising further questions. Brahma wanted to know everything directly from the Lord. Like Arjuna was asking the Krishna, so now Brahma is also asking here the Supreme Lord. So we are in the second canto, chapter 9, verse number 28. क्रीडस्य मोघसङ्कल्पा वूर्णनाभिर्यतोऽनुते तथा तद्विषयां देहि मनीषां मयि माधव. क्रीडस्य मोघसङ्कल्पा. So this is Kridasya, all your play, it is infallible determinations. Kridasya Moga Sankalpa, all are there without Kridasya Amoga Sankalpa. Amoga is the infallible. Kridasya Amoga Sankalpa, with a infallible determination. Vuranabihi Yatornute. So just like the spider, as much as it covers. Vurnabihi yato urnute. The spider, it spreads by its saliva, it creates the web, which comes from its body. Vurnabihi yato urnute. The spider, as much as it covers. Tata tad vishyam dehi. Tata, so and so. Tad vishayam, in the subject of all those. Dehi, do let me know, please. Tata tad vishyam dehi. Manisham maya madhava. Manisham, the philosophically, you please explain all this to me. Maya madhava, to me, O master of all energies. So likewise, Brahma is asking, Kridasya moga sankalpa vurnabhi yatornute tatatad visham dehi manisham maya madhava. So, O master of all energies, please tell me philosophically all about them. You play like a spider that covers itself by its own energy, and your determination is infallible. Please tell me everything. So, Brahma's inquiries, or directly he is asking the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you request any dear devotees to read this purport?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, may I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. By the inconceivable energy of the Lord, every creative element has its own potencies, known as the potency of element, potency of knowledge, and potency of different actions and reactions. By a combination of such potencies of the Lord, there is the manifestation of creation, maintenance, and annihilation in due course of time, and by different agents like Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. Brahma creates, Vishnu maintains, and Lord Shiva destroys. But all such agents and creative energies are emanations from the Lord, and as such, there is nothing except the Lord, or the one supreme source of different diversities. The exact example is the spider and spider's web. The web is created by the spider and it is maintained by the spider, and as soon as the spider lies, the whole thing is wound up within the spider. The spider is covered within the web. If an insignificant spider is so powerful as to act according to its will, why can't the Supreme Being act by his supreme will in the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the cosmic manifestation? By the grace of the Lord, a devotee like Brahma, or one in his chain of disabling succession, can understand the almighty personality of Godhead, eternally engaged in his transcendental pastimes in the region of different energies. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mother. So this is very beautiful example with our eyes in front. We have seen in everyone's home, at least there are so many spiders. Everyone's home. If we carefully observe, a spider from its mouth, it releases the saliva very tiny and silky way, like a thread, and it will very beautifully construct a web. And then, for example, if we take the spider and drop it, and then it will slowly use that saliva, and like a thread, it will slowly go down from the top to bottom. And if it wants, it will swallow that web and then take into its tummy, and then it will go. And likewise, it can wind up all the web it is follows. So, and then at the end, if there is a web and there is no web. Before that, there is no web, and spider, it has made the web, beautiful web, and that is creation. And if there are any flies come into that web, spider web, it come and eat it. And then as soon as that is finished, it will take all this web into its body again. And there is no more web. And just only spider exists. Likewise, the Krishnas here, the Narayana or Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, he is saying to Brahma, and Brahma is asking. So he wanted to know all these things technically. This is tattva, by the tattva, tad vishyam dehi. Manisham is scientifically. So this is Prabhupada is giving very beautiful examples in number of places in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This example is given so many places, at least 3-4 times within 3 cantos. It has been mentioned about this, the spider example. So Brahma, so he creates yo aham cha girishasya vibhu swayam cha siti udbha pralaya hetav atma moolam bhitva tripadu vavruda ek uru praroha tasmai namo bhagavate bhona dhrumaya. You are the tree of this cosmic manifestation with 3 branches. One is Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So those 3 branches, and the Lord expands as a Vishnu again for the maintenance. So that is the Brahma. So here Brahma and Vishnu, Maheshwara. So they are creates and Brahma creates, Vishnu maintains, and Lord Shiva destroys. And here, but for all of these Gunavataras, the Lord is the Tasmai Namo, he's a Bhona Dhrumaya. Bhona Dhrumaya. The Dhruma is the tree. Bhona is all the planetary systems. And he's the root of all these things. All cosmic manifest, the tree of all the cosmic manifestation with all the energies. And he only, at the end, he remains. And he cosmic manifestation came from his body, from the lotus flower, and the Brahma does end everything. And whenever everything goes finished, cosmic, and whenever Kalpa Vitikara Ambhasa, at the time, it will enter into his body again. And only Lord remains. Just for example, if we take a block of wood, and in front of us, there is a big chunk of a house or a big tree, and if it gets dried, if it is burnt, it will turn into the ashes. It will come down. It occupied lots of space. Now it has come down to ashes. Immediately there is a big wind blows. All these dust particles, the ashes, it will flow into the air, and we don't see anything. In a minute of time, or in a moment of time, it was a big tree occupying lots of space, turned into ashes, and then with a just wind blowing, everything is went into the air, into the space. Nothing is there now. So we understand energy was there before, and now it took a different transformation. That energy went back into the space where it has come from. Again, when we see, observe in the home, so many dust particles come and falling. Even though we clean the house, these dust particles come and fall down. Anus and paramanus. So this is, once again, whenever the anus, paramanus and anus, the 6 anus, whenever it is combined together, we can see that kind of particle in the window of a home. When the sunlight is falling through the window, these small dust particles are floating in the air. And the Lord enters into each and every particle of those. Andantarastam paramanu chayantarastam. Paramanu chayantarastam. So, and once again, they are forming and forming. Then, if we see it likewise, those particles, it will become, on particular later on, for so many years, it will turn it into a soil. So this is the actually dust in front of us. And then whenever there is so much of waterfalls, and then it will turn into a muddy place. Where does all this coming from? So there are so many things. We see this is Paramanu Jayantarastam. The Lord enters into each and every atom. And then it creates all this lump of matter. And then in due course of time, once again, it will be destroyed. And all this energy will be merged back into this cosmic manifestation where it has come from. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Prabhupada is explaining with the spider web. An insignificant spider is able to do such kind of thing. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has created this entire cosmic manifestation, what is there for him not to do it? See, why can't the Supreme Personality of Being? See, it is very, very beautiful thing. Why can't the Supreme Being act by his supreme will in the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the cosmic manifestation? And by the grace of the Lord, devotee like Brahma or on his chain of disciplic succession can understand the Almighty Personality of Godhead, eternally engaged in his transcendental pastimes in the reign of different energies. So this is Brahma wanted to know scientifically. So that is from this purport. Any questions here before we move on to the next question, next verse? Are there any comments or any additions? Okay. Let's go to the next verse. What Brahma is further asking. Bhagvat chikichitam aham karavani hedindritaha nehamanaha prajasargham badhyayam yad anugrahat. Bhagavan chikichitam aham. Bhagvat chikichitam aham. Oh Bhagavan, by the Bhagavad Chikichitam, whatever is being done by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sikshitam, he had taught, Aham, and myself, Karavanihi Atandritaha, by acting certainly instrumental. Nehamanaha Prajasargham, na Ihamanaha, never, although acting, Prajasargham, generation of the living entities. Bajyayam yad anugrahat, and be conditioned as a matter of fact, anugrahat, by the mercy of. So here he is saying, please tell me that, it's a translation, please tell me so that I may be taught in the matter by the instruction of the personality of Godhead, and may thus act instrumentally to generate living entities without being conditioned by such activities. So here Brahma wanted to know technically. So he doesn't want to be conditioned, and he wanted to be, please tell me so that I may be taught in the matter by the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and may thus act instrumentally to generate living entities. So Brahma wanted to expand the living entities innumerably without being conditioned by such activities. And even though his appearance is like a Raja in the mode of passion, so because of that, he can that is the only source for creation of this cosmic manifestation. With all the living entities, Brahma is going to create different bodies, giving an opportunity to the conditioned souls. But even though he engaged in such activities, he doesn't want to be conditioned by such activities. So that also he is asking. That's why he wanted to know technically. He wanted to be instrument to create the living entities, but not conditioned by it. He wanted to be outside that loop. Likewise, he's asking, how can I do it? Please tell me. So to the Supreme Lord, Bhagavad Sikhitam aham karavanihi atindritaha nehamanah prajasargam bajyayam yad anugrahat. So he doesn't want to be conditioned. So that's why he is asking. Okay, let us see in the purport. Can I request other devotee to read the purport?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Brahmaji does not want to become a spectacular dependence on the strength of the personal knowledge and conditional to material bondage. Everyone should know in clear consciousness that one is in the execution of all activities and instrument, and conditional soul is instrument in the hands of the external energy Gunahan Maya, or the illusions energy of the Lord. And in the liberated stage, the living entity is instrumental to the will of the personality of Godhead directly to be instrument to the direct will of the Lord. Lord is the natural constitution position of the living entity, where to be an instrument in the hands of the illusions energy of the Lord is material bondage for the living entity. In that conditional state, the living entity speculates on the absolute truth and his different activity, but in the unconditional stage, the living entity unconditional stage, the living entity directly received knowledge from the Lord, and such a liberated soul act flawlessly, without any speculative habit. The Bhagavad Gita 10.10.11 confirms impartially that the pure devotees who are constantly engaged in the loving transcendental service of the Lord are directly advised by the Lord, so much so that the devotee unwillingly makes progress on the path home back to Godhead. Pure devotees of the Lord are therefore not proud of their definite progress, where the non-devotee speculator is in the darkness of the illusion energy and is very much proud of his misleading knowledge based on speculations without any defined path. Lord Brahma wanted to be saved from that pitfall of pride, although he was posted in the most exalted position within the universe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this is a very beautiful thing. So Brahma is asking, he doesn't want nabadhyayam yadanugrahat. So here, whenever in the third canto, Brahma, whenever we have done Garbhodaksa Vishnu's prayers done by Brahma, he was also asking the similar kind of questions. So at that time, Lord gives assurance to him that you will not be ever caught up by this mode of passion. Rajoguna papiyams. This is the papa. And Brahma here, he is asking the Lord to explain all this knowledge to me, and so that I will be outside of this loop. I will not be conditioned. But the Lord also gives, because he is engaged in the devotional service. He has seen, and Lord has given a given handshake. Kare Sprushan, Preet Manah Kare Sprushan. And Lord has touched Brahma and then asked him. So that is previously also we have seen there is so much. He is the qualified person. What he is saying here, after he fell down as a Dandavat Pranam to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord was very pleased. Tam Priyamanam Sam Upasitam Kavim Praja Visarge Nijisasanaраhanam. Shabash, you are the right person to create Praja Visarge for the creation of the living entities. Nijisasanaраhanam. And likewise, the Lord was very pleasingly speaking to Brahma. So that means he is already free from Tesham Tvantagata Papam Jananam Punyakarmana. This is for the conditioned souls. But Brahma, he is always, there is no one else. Just only Brahma at that point of time and the Lord. And before he creates all these things, he wanted to know technically how he can engage himself in the devotional service. We see number of instances in the Brahma's past that he wanted to engage himself in the devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by giving up all these. He also mentions in one of the conversations with Narada Muni, "Oh Narada, if you don't want to get married and you wanted to just go to sannyasa, you wanted to devote it to Krishna, then if you're all doing like that, let me also take devotional service. I also stop my duties and I will take devotional service and go back to Goloka nicely." So likewise, he also hastily says to Narada Muni. And Brahma also mentions everyone are engaged in the devotional service. But what about my duty? I was given to create this living entities, giving an opportunity for all these people, so they will also be free from this material world. And likewise, Brahma was saying when he was speaking to Narada Muni, it is part of the Brahma Vaivatta Purana. So here, conditioned soul is instrumental in the hands of the external energy. So it is Gunamayi Maya. Mama Maya Durataya. It is very difficult to conquer. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durataya. Mam Yevate Prapadyante Mayam Vetam Tarantite. Whoever is surrenders to me, I will protect them. Tarantite. Just make sure they cross this material nescience very easily. So Tan Mrityu Atipare, very easily. This is very beautifully says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, crossing this the line, the death line, very easily. So, and in the liberated stage, the living entity is instrumental to the will of the personality of Godhead directly. This is very, very important. In the liberated stage, the living entity is instrumental to the will of the personality of Godhead. It is the devotees who doesn't have a material thing. Then Lord would engage him, giving all the devotional activities. His activities are spiritual. There is no more material. So we see Prabhupada mentions number of times in the purports, and also we see Prabhupada as an example as Acharya. There are no materializers. Then this is Adogdha Dharmamatmanaha, who has completely surrendered his activities. Mai Arpitatmanaha Pumso, Mai Sanyasta Karmani, all his activities, his life and everything to me. Then he is an instrumental to the will of the personality of Godhead, just like a Parikshit as well. So to be instrumental to the direct will of the Lord is the natural constitutional position of the living entity. Because it is Mamayvamsho Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatanaha. Mansastani Indriyani Prapilistani Karshati. We are struggling actually here in this material world, having all these senses. But we are part and parcel of the Supreme. We need to act. We are all servants of someone in this material world, serving a wife or a father or a mother or the other people or master in the offices, master going everywhere. But actually, in the real constitutional position, we are the servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. We've forgotten that due to this, soul is wrapped up by this subtle body and then gross body due to the desires. Jhayato pumsan vishayah sangastes upajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamo krodo vijayate krodod bhavati sammohaha sammoha smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinasha anasyati. Likewise, these desires got developed in the long time back. So they have gone into subtle level and got impregnated by the energy of the Sankarsana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha by some proportionate of the ego, mind, and intelligence. For that, whenever it has developed further, wrapped up by these material elements. Bhumirapo nalo valkham mano buddhirevacha. Ahankariti me bhinna prakriti rastadha. These are all different separated energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But we, Mamayvamsho Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana, we are part and parcel of the Godhead. We are, because we wanted to enjoy using the separated energy of the Lord, we are being conditioned in this material world. So to be instrumental, come to our real position, then we must be liberated. And also this is, we got somewhere or other, we got this material body due to the infection of these desires. But when we engage all these desires to all these activities in the devotional service, that will turn into dravyam. Dravyam is like a Narada Muni says it will turn into a medicine when we engage all these activities in devotional service. Otherwise, it will be, if we do not engage this one in devotional service, then whereas to be an instrument in the hands of the illusory energy of the Lord is material bondage for the living entity, it will condition more and more. In that conditioned living entity speculates on the absolute truth and his different activities. It is very difficult to understand. Every moment energy is acting and what we need to do. So there was one devotee was saying, but there is a spiritual master and he wanted to teach children something. He has given some sweets to all of his disciples, and says that you take this sweet and eat so that no one can see you. And all of these disciples, they have taken the sweets, and they were some person going into one living room, some person go to secluded place, some person, likewise so many people, they take different places. And then they have taken that sweet, consumed it. But one person brought the sweet as it is and giving back to the Guru. And then Guru asked, and then he says that no one should see when I eat it, but the Lord is seeing at every moment whatever I am doing. So I can't eat it. That is the realization. The Lord is there in all heart of all the living entity. He is watching at every moment what we are doing. That is the realization. We need to see He is expanded. He is everywhere. We need to see the Lord in all the living entities, including these ants, flies, or in our spiders, everywhere. We see only the Lord. But they are wearing different bodies. There is a discrimination in the bodies, but we treat them in the equal vision. Elephant, a dog, a brahmana, a chandala, we need to see with equal vision. So here, but in the unconditioned state, stage, the living entity directly receives the knowledge from the Lord. So this is what Brahma, so he has realized, and he is now receiving that knowledge, and such a liberated soul acts flawlessly without any mistakes, without any speculative habit. This is, and Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Tesham sadayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam ye namam upayanti te. I give that intelligence. Tesham yevanukampardham aham adhnadjam tamaha nasayami atma bhavasto jnana rupena bhasvata. I give that intelligence, I give that knowledge. It will dissipate all this darkness. Jnana rupena bhasvata, illuminate. So that is very beautifully says Krishna here. Who are constantly engaged in the loving service, loving transcendent service of the Lord, are directly advised by the Lord. This is Daivad at upetam, ata Daivashad apetam. Vaso yata parikritam madhirmadandaha. Some people, whenever they're completely under the control, divine supervision, they do not know what they are doing. They do not experience outside world. They are already vaso yata parikritam, like a madman. He doesn't know whether he has cloth on his body or not. Whenever Sukadeva Goswami was also walking on the street, at the time, he was naked. He was a Digambara. At the time, people used to throw the stones, but he was not feeling any people. But his body features are very, very beautiful. Even the many people were getting attracted, including women. But he was not conscious of this outside world. That is the Brahmapuda stage. Such kind of person, he is under he acts as an instrument by the will of the Lord. So here, directly advised by the Lord, so much devotee unwaveringly makes progress on the path home back to Godhead. So they act without any flaws. Deho pidaivashagaha kalu karma yavat. All his activities, swarambhakam pratisamikshata eva sasuhu, all his senses, everything under divine supervision. And then he understands this existence of the material body. Swapnam, it is just like a dream. Na punah bhajate, again it doesn't appear, because pratibuddha vastuhu, he attained that swarupa siddhi. Dhrivibhavyam parabhavya swarupena avatistate. It is very difficult to attain. So Dhrivibhavyam, this material world is Dhrivibhavyam. It is very difficult to conquer. But when we are with Parabhavya, Swarupen Avatistate, then we situate in our position. So likewise, a pure devotee of the Lord are therefore not proud of their definitive progress, whereas the non-devotee speculator is in the darkness of illusory energy, and he is very much proud of his misleading knowledge based on the speculation without any definite path. So Lord Brahma wanted to be saved from that pitfall of pride, although he was posted in the most exalted position within the universe. Very beautiful purport. Okay, any questions here? Any comments or any additions, dear devotees?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, you can mention also, so everything, whatever we are progressing our spiritual life, association is very important. So, I mean, it is also Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada mentioned as Bhagavad Gita 10, 10 and 11. Also, Matsita, Madgata, Prana, Vedanta, Parashparam. So that is also very important. How to develop our spiritual development. We need the association. And then we have to practice without practicing devotional path, or without following holy name, we cannot, through our only speculative knowledge or mundane knowledge, we cannot know about God. That is very important to have the association. And association, even not association, we can Bhagavatam, book Bhagavatam also is very important, or holy name. Then we can realize about God. But our speculative or other way, we cannot know about Lord. So that is very important to follow the path of devotional to realize God. So you have to. That is also. I mean, and the rest of the part you mentioned already. So in that context, actually, Brahmaji was thinking how to know about. He is in the right mode, right way, and he understand God is the source of everything. So that is why we have to follow him, surrender to him. That is only way, and that is wise decision. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, yeah, that is very beautiful part. So one has to progress his devotional service among the devotees and thinking and talking about Krishna's pastimes. It is Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayanta Shamam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. One has to, he will be very pleased. Ramanti cha, he is also in the Rama, that is enjoying, that is the happiness beyond these material perceptions. That is Katayanta Shamam Nityam, every day among the devotees. That is the pleasure for a devotee. It is a nectar, Harikatha. Thank you, Prabhuji. Then all this one side, without knowing the one side it is going on, the philosophy is going on, one side is very pleasing things, one side is very nice prasadam. At the same time, our heart, everything body needs also unknowingly they will also be fulfilled, and we do not have to do much hard labor for our livelihood also. Even though when we are engaged as part of duty, we don't feel that.
And the result also is mentioning in the next text, and the 10:11. Romantis Vedanta Parasparam, then Romantis Tushantisha Romantisha. And the next text, a God giving special mercy to them. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yeah, he will look after all the devotees. Whoever is thinking Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasati Tesha Vinitya Vyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Everything is very beautiful and it is among the devotees. Then only we relish all this nectar.
It was mentioned actually, I give that is the 10, 12, 22 you mentioned. But 10, 11 also, he mentioned.
Dadami Buddhi Yogantam.
Yes. Yeah, I give them special mercy to them so that they can come to me. Because this material world is dark, place of darkness. So I give them special mercy, spiritual light, so that they can come to the spiritual abode. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I think one of the key messages from this passage is to do with to actually unlock that the material entanglement with Maya, and also the activities we do, and to stop us from sinning is to remember Krishna is watching. That is the simplest key to all our problems. If we know and aware that Krishna is watching, we're not going to sin, are we? We're not going to do the wrong things. We're going to try and reach out to him. So I think that's what the take-home message for me.
Yes, Mataji, it's a beautiful points. So Krishna is always watching. When we are among the devotees, we never ever get an opportunity even to think different. That is very, our mind is only in Krishna and the devotees and Krishna Katha. And we, by ourselves, we control, unknowingly, this mind is controlled. That is why we need a devotees association. And Krishna, in his through his devotees, we experience those things. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other comments or questions, dear devotees? Or we shall move to the next verse. Okay. So in the next verse, so here, Brahma, he is praying to the Lord and recognizing that, oh my dear Lord, you have acted just like a friend. You have given handshake to me. You just acted like a friend acts with another friend. So I'm going to engage myself in expanding so many living entities. Because you're very pleased with me, and I will not get any, and you are going to help me. I will not be bewildered in my activities. And also at the same time, please make sure that I do not get puffed up. I do not get puffed up with my activities. So like in the previously we have seen Shringi, he was puffed up. Look at my power. Pasyate me bhalam. But likewise, Brahma, he doesn't want to be puffed up like that. See, the Brahma is the greatest personality in this universe. He doesn't want to be puffed up. But we are insignificant. We wanted to show somewhere or other. Okay, let us see what Brahma is praying and what Brahma is asking to the Lord. Yavat saka sakyuriveshate kritaha praja visarghe vibhajami bhojanam aviklavaste parikarmani sito mame samunadham adojamanilah. Yavat saka sakyuhu. So as it is, saka sakyuhu, a friend unto another friend, like that. Iveshate kritaha, you acted just like that. Oh my dear Lord, yavat saka sakyuhu iveshate kritaha. A friend acts with another friend, just like that you have acted. Praja visarge vibhajami bhojanam. Praja visarge, of this, the living entities in the matter of creation. Vibhajami bhojanam, vibhajami. So as I shall do it differently. Bhojanam, O my Lord. Janam, those who are born. Aviklavaste parikarmani sito. What is aviklavaste? Without being perturbed. Aviklavaste, by those activities. And te parikarmani, in the matter of service. In the matter of my devotional service unto you. Te is your. And whatever the activity I do, it is in the matter of service to you. Stitaha, when I am situated. Mame samunadham adojamaninaha. And may it never be, may unto me, samunadham adojamaninaha. And resulting samuddham mada ajamaninaha. What is the madaha? It is the madness. Ajamaninaha, O unborn one. So maninaha, thus being thought of. So this Brahma's request is very pleasing and exalted. He doesn't want to get puffed up by his activities when he is doing his devotional service to the Lord to create the living entities, giving an opportunity to elevate themselves. So, yavat saka sakyuriveshate krutaha praja visarge vibhajami bhojanam aviklavaste parikarmani sito mame samunadha madah ajamaninaha. So translation for this verse is, O my Lord, the unborn, you have shaken hands with me just as a friend does with a friend, as if equal in position. I shall be engaged in the creation of different types of living entities, and I shall be occupied in your service. I shall have no perturbation, but I pray that all this may not give rise to pride, as if I were the supreme. So it is very beautiful request to the Supreme Lord. You should not give any rise to pride, as if I were the supreme. So let us see what is the purport Prabhupada has given. So there are 3 paragraphs, 1 large paragraph and 2 small paragraphs. Can I request 2 devotees? First devotee read the first paragraph and another devotee last 2 paragraphs. Can I request?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. May I read first paragraph, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Lord Brahma is definitely situated in the humor of friendship with the Lord. Every living being is eternally related with the personality of Godhead in one of 5 different transcendental humors, namely Santa, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. We have already discussed these 5 kinds of humors in relationship with the personality of Godhead. It is clearly exhibited herein in that the Lord Brahma is related to the personality of Godhead in the transcendental humor of friendship. A pure devotee may be related with the Lord in any one of the transcendental humor, even in the humor of parenthood, but the devotee of the Lord is always a transcendental servitor. No one is equal to or greater than Lord. This is the version of the Bhagavad Gita. Brahmaji, although eternally related with the Lord in the transcendental humor of friendship, and although entrusted with the most exalted post of creating different grades of living entities, is still conscious of his position that he is neither the Supreme Lord nor supremely powerful. It is possible that some extremely powerful personality within or without the universe may sometimes show more power than the Lord himself. Still, the pure devotee knows that this power is vibhuti delegated by the Lord, and such a delegated, powerful living entity is never independent. Sri Hanumanji crossed the Indian Ocean by jumping over the sea, and Lord Sri Ramchandra engaged himself in marching over the bridge. But this does not mean that Hanumanji was more powerful than the Lord. Sometimes the Lord gives extraordinary powers to his devotee, but the devotee knows always that the power belongs to the personality of Godhead and that the devotee is only an instrument. The pure devotee is never puffed up like the non-devotee class of men who falsely think that they are God. It is astonishing to see how a person who is being kicked by the laws of the Lord's illusory energy at every step can falsely think of becoming one with the Lord. Such thinking is the last snare of the illusory energy offered to the conditioned soul. The first illusion is that he was to become lord of the material world by accumulating wealth and power. But when he is frustrated in that attempt, he wants to be one with the Lord. So, both becoming the most powerful man in the material world and desiring to become one with the Lord are different illusory snares. And because the pure devotee of the Lord are surrendered souls, they are above the illusory snares of Maya. Because Lord Brahma is a pure devotee, even though the first dominating deity in the material world and therefore able to many wonderful things, He would never, like the non-devotee with a poor fund of knowledge, have the uh, audacity to think of becoming one with the Lord. People with poor fund of knowledge should take lessons from Brahma when they are puffed up with the false notions of becoming God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, can I request the devotee also to read the second two, and then we shall see the points.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. May I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Which paragraph? From there, Prabhuji? Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Factually, Lord Brahma does not create the living entities. In the beginning of the creation, he is empowered to give different bodily shape to the living entities according to their work during the last millennium. Brahma's duty is just to walk the living entities from their slumber and to engage them in their proper duty. The different grades of living entities are not created by Brahmaji by his um, capricious whims, but he is interested with the text of giving the living entities different grades of body so that they can work accordingly, and still he is conscious that he is only instrumental, so that he may not think of himself as the supreme powerful Lord. Devotees of the Lord of engage in the specific duty offered by the Lord, and such duties are successfully carried out without hindrance, because they are ordained by the Lord. The credit of success goes not to the doer, but to the Lord. But persons with a poor fund of knowledge take the credit of success into their own accounts and give nothing to the credit of the Lord. That is the symptom of the non-devotees class of men. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's a lot of mistake. Please forgive me, Prabhuji.
So beautifully read, Mataji. Thank you so much. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So this one, it is once again every word coming from Prabhupada's pen. It is a nectar, so it is relishing and showing so much of light where we are in. So here he is Brahma is situated in the humor of friendship with the Lord. Priyam Pritamana Kares Prushan. And he is saying, Yavat Sakasakyuhu Iveshite Kurataha. So this is the Brahma's position because he engaged himself in the meditation. Chakadda Paramam Tapaha. Just he has heard Yad Upasrutya Rahasi Chakadda Paramam Tapaha. He has heard Tapa from the Lord, and then he has performed Tapasya. And then now, because he has done, and now Lord is acting like a friend with Brahma. And here devotees, they different transcendental humors. So here Brahma is one of it. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vashalya, and Madhurya. So these are 5 kinds of humors in relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is clearly exhibited here in that Brahma is related to the Personality of Godhead in the transcendental humor of friendship. This is the Sakya Rasa. So in this instance, a pure devotee may be related with the Lord in any one of the transcendental humors, even in the humor of parenthood, like Yashoda Maya and so many Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. So likewise, there are so many Dasharad and Kaushalya. So the devotees of the Lord is always transcendental servitor. No one is equal to or greater than the Lord. That version of the Bhagavad Gita. So Brahmaji also said he is eternally related with the Lord in the transcendental humor of friendship. See, even though he was interested in the most exalted post of creating different grades of living entities, still he is conscious of his position. He is neither the Supreme Lord nor supremely powerful. So when once Narada Muni also goes to Brahma and then he glorifies, "O Brahmaji, O Purvaja, so you are the creator," and he glorifies that you are the supreme. Then Brahmaji says that Tasmai Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhimahi Enmaya Dhyamam. So he says, I am not the supreme. I am offering my obeisances to that supreme personality of Godhead. And everyone are bewildered like that. So I am not the supreme. So Narada also knows with the some kind of, but he wanted to ask these questions technically from the Lord Brahma. So here Brahma is not puffed up, and he always clearly says about his position. And some extremely powerful personality within or without the universe, sometimes he exhibits that power, more powerful than the Lord himself. But pure devotee knows that this power is a vibhuti, one of the siddhi, delegated by the Lord. Like Hanuma, he has expanded himself very huge and crossed the ocean, and he was destroying Lanka as well. That is vibhuti, all coming from the Krishna. This is Animitta Bhagavati Bhakti Siddher Gariyasi. All this also come when we engage in the devotional service, and everything will be ordained by the Lord. Like we see also Prabhupada, he has expanded this International Society for Krishna Consciousness on the planet. It is everything ordained by the Lord. The devotees, they give all credit to the Lord and Guru Parampara and their spiritual masters, who are the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They don't take, that is the pure devotees of the Lord. They are never puffed up like the non-devotees of. But if it is astonishing to see how a person who is being kicked by the loss of the Lord's illusory energy at every step can falsely think of becoming one with the Lord. So this is very difficult. If I become a master of this state, then what happens? I have to bear all this, the sins and pious activities done by these people of this country. I have to take all those sins as well, whatever they do. If they're not pious, I have to go into the hell. If I am a maintainer of a big family, if I get a crown, I have to suffer as well at the same time. So that is very burdensome. But for a devotee who doesn't claim that position, it is thinking it is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am just only the representative, then he is not taking all those sinful activities. He is just simply ruling the kingdom. Apipala dharmarajaha pitravad ranjayan prajaha. Nispruhaha sarvakamebhyaha Krishna padanu just like Yudhishthira. He is all, even the king, he was looking after his subjects like a father. And Nispruhaha sarvakamebhyaha, but he is not interested in any of those activities. Krishna padanu all the time he engaged in himself in the devotional service to the Krishna. Krishna Padanu Sevaya. Otherwise, if he claims that I am the king like Duryodhana, see what happened to Duryodhana, kicked by the loss of the Lord's illusory energy. And he has taken the Lord's soldiers instead of Lord, but Arjuna has taken the Lord himself, and the Lord was the guide, and Akaro Sachivam Dhotam Sahrudad Atasaradim. So that is very beautifully mentioned by Bhishmadev also. Yam Manyase Matuleyam Sachivo Akaram Dhotam Sahrudad Atasaradim. So many positions the Lord has acted towards the Pandavas. And then that is the devotee, but non-devotee has taken the Lord's soldiers and wanted them to fight against the Lord's devotees. So that is the material energy at every step can fall, it will kick. So such thinking lost a snare of the illusory energy offered to the conditioned soul. So that is, it will not last for longer. And then he wanted to, so there are so many other things that people of this material world, they're trying to achieve, becoming the most powerful man in the material world, desiring to become one with the Lord, or different illusory snares. It is a trap. It is not possible. If you are taking one responsibility, means as a father, as a mother, as a ruler, that means it is not easy thing. It is a burden to the conditions. So much of attachments one has to suffer. But for what? For the prestige or to impress someone, that is, whom to impress? We will die, they will also die. And what is there? Who will care about it? No one will care about it. What is the use of all this puffed up, these prestiges and impressing someone? It is not needed. We need to understand we are eternal living entity. So this, and the pure devotees of the Lord are surrendered souls. They are above the illusory snares of Maya. Lord Brahma is a pure devotee, even though the first dominating deity in the material world. And he can do so many wonderful things. If we see 8.4 million different species, their bodies are different. Bodies made up of the water, earth, fire, and also so many things. Even the Marut's bodies made up of the wind. 50 kinds of airs are there. Marut is the deity for them. Vayudeva. So there are so many living entities in 8.4 different kinds of. Brahma is able to do so many wonderful things, but he would never puff it up like the non-devotee with poor fund of knowledge. So we have to, people, they need to see these great personalities and take the lessons. This Bhagavatam and all these lessons are there from time immemorial. Who are taking, they are being elevated. Mahajanayena Gatah Panta. They are being elevated by walking in their footsteps. But other people are falling into the trap of illusory energy of the Maya. So this is factually, Brahma does not create living entities, but instead he creates different bodily shapes. So that is also, Prabhupada is explaining that clearly for us to understand easily. So it is Brahmaji's, this is ye abhyatitamapi chano dugatim prapanna jnanam cha tattva vishayam sahadharmam yatra naradanam bhagavato vitarintya mushya sammohita vititaya batamayayate. So like the demigod, they also wanted to come into this material world by taking the human bodies. Ye bhyatitamapi chano dugatim prapanna jnanam cha tattva vishayam sahadharmam yatra. They wanted to cultivate this knowledge and to engage themselves in the devotional service. But whoever is not doing that, Naradanam Bhagavato Vitarantya Mushya, if they are not engaging themselves in that devotional service, what happens? Sammohita Vitaya Bhatamaya Yate, they were bewildered by the illusory energy of the Lord. So this one is speaking by Brahma to the demigods about when he was explaining about all the beauty of the Vaikuntha and adventures of the Kumaras in the Vaikuntha. He says that we all wanted to desire to take birth in the human society and cultivate jnanam chittattva vishayam sahadharmam yatra and engage that one, devotional service. But people are very unfortunate. They are sammohita vidaya bhatamaya yate. Savai brashtamatihi tavaishate yah karmanam param apara karmanaha. Yadyogamaya guna yogamohitam vishwam samastam bhagam videhisham. This is also once again Brahma, and along with all his great children, the sages, they are glorifying the Varaha Deva. They also says to the Lord, everyone are bewildered by the Lord's activities. They don't see. It is very difficult to consume Lord's activities. Yah karmanam param apara karmanaha. So many things. His energies are working innumerably. So still he is conscious that he is only instrumental, so that he may not think himself as the supreme powerful Lord. So that is the keeping his position all the time as a servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaitanya Prabhu says, Dasa 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 Anu Dasa. Likewise, Gopi Bhatta Padakamalayo Dasa 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 Anu Dasa. That is our position. Then only we are protected. Kshemaya Padamulami Pravishinti Akuto Bhayam. Then we are completely fearless. Kshemaya, it is for our benefit. We need to become a servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and servant of Krishna's servants. Likewise. So, and all then any activity that devotee carries out, there will not be any hindrances because they are ordained by the Lord. There will be very perfectly carried out. And this credit of success, the devotees, they give only to spiritual master and Krishna, not like the materialistic people. They will claim everything material by themselves. I did this, I have done this, I have got this one. Likewise, they are all with the poor fund of knowledge. So likewise, Prabhupada is very beautifully explaining here for us and sharing all this enlightenment. Yeah, that is from here. And Brahma is acknowledging that Yavat Saka Satyuriveshate Krutaha Praja Visarge Vibhijami Bhojanam Aviklavaste Parikarmani Sito Mame Samunadha Madojamaninaha. I do not want to get puffed up by this position by creating so many living entities with wonderful things. Oh my Lord, my dear Lord, you are acting like a friend with friend acting with another friend. Likewise, you are acting with treating me like that. So let me always engage myself in your devotional service. Parikaramanisito, without mada, without the puffed up madness. So likewise, Brahma is praying to the Lord and asking Lord to explain everything and all about his activities. So likewise, Brahma stopped speaking to Lord, and now Lord is going to speak to Brahma. We shall see that one in the next Saturday session. I request dear devotees, any questions or any comments and additions? When we are just reading and all these things, the time passes by. We don't even recognize the time, and apologies for that. Any questions?
And nicely explained, Hare Krishna. Thank you, bro.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so there are no questions or no comments. We shall conclude and continue with further japa. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Stay everyone. Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद।